Hello, everybody. Welcome to Beyond Boundaries with Lisa Richmond. I'm Lisa Richmond, and this is Tarot Tuesday. So, as you can see, we're going to do some tarot pull right here. If you have never tuned into my channel before, welcome. I'm really happy that you stopped by. Chances are there's a message here for you as synchronicities are flying pretty high lately. So, welcome to December as well, everybody. I think we've all kind of felt the transition into December and moving through November. You'll have to excuse my voice as I am very sick. Everybody in my house is very sick. I like to call it ascension symptoms because I don't know if everyone's on board or can feel the same way, but I think there has been a major timeline shift and we are moving through different frequencies at an incredible rate. So just shout out to everybody who's gone through it and is going through it, and just know that we are in a trajectory of a higher frequency, and it has been going on for a minute. And November was really significant for bringing things to the surface, allowing us to see what is still holding space in our frequency and what we want to release. You know, like if it's coming up, it's for us to release for sure. Yeah, that's kind of the very surface gist of it. As I talk more in depth about this kind of stuff on Thursdays, Thoughtful Thursdays, where I just channel information from Spirit. So if you want more of that, tune in on Thursday. Today, I do tarot reading with oracle cards, which is also channel readings. I just use the cards as kind of pictures to be able to go through and illustrate really what Spirit is trying to get through right now. So let's just jump in, see what the cards have to say. All right, what do we got here? Okay, so Ace of Water. Wow, that's great. That's a great one to start off with. All right. Okay, so that's Temptation. It's number 15. That's a Devil card. I'm not sure if you guys are frequent tarot pullers, but if you are, I'm curious to see if anybody else's Devil card has been coming up like crazy lately, because for me, it doesn't matter what deck I'm using, doesn't matter who I'm reading for, feels like the Devil card in the past week has come up significant. Okay, for Fire, which is Wands. All of a sudden got like a feeling in my tummy with that as soon as that, and then the Tower card. Okay. So we got the Tower and the Devil in the same pull, which is always a super fun thing to have in every pull. But just, hey, look, understand that the Ace of Water, we're going into new territories. We're starting fresh. But this is like our sacred heart space, our emotional regulation. This is the stuff that we're starting off with being like, this is how we want to live. This is how we want to connect our heart space. I've had a lot of channels come through about our heart space being the place of the future and like how to move forward in our consciousness in our heart space. And that's really the Ace of Water. It's the cups, right? Cups energy is directly to your heart and using that heart frequency. Temptation, okay, this is making sense. Okay. Temptation or the Devil card is generally speaking the thing. It's the thing in your life, or a couple things, but it's like what pertains to this current situation. So when I say the thing, for me, I feel like my Devil card is the reoccurrence or the resurfacing of fear mentality, of thinking of all the things that restrict me from doing what I want to do because of what ifs. So a lot of like scarcity mindset, a lot of fear of judgment, or like, you know, getting into my head too much and overthinking things. That's kind of my Devil card, is when I like get way too caught up in the what could happen and like creating resistances for myself because of fear. That'll be Devil card every time. I'll be like, oh, okay, I get it. Some people, it might be that they what are they giving me? They like lose themselves in something. So it could be like maybe you've lost your way or you've lost your frequency because you're watching too much news, or you've gotten down the spiral hole on some kind of platform where you're seeing all of a sudden the algorithm's starting to see that you're watching videos on stuff like, oh, for a second I got hot into like the Diddy stuff and like Hollywood, and then all of a sudden I was in this frequency. I was like, what in the heck am I doing? Like, no. And so I pulled myself out. That can be like, what is something that you like brings you out of your alignment? I said to my kids, we were playing this game of like, you can always tell if something's happening if XYZ. So I said, like, you always know I'm out of alignment when. And I was like, you can always tell I'm out of alignment when I'm on social media scrolling through the comment sections. Not, you guys are all great. Beyond Boundaries comments are beautiful. But I mean, like, if I see a video that's really triggering for me, it usually has something to do with like kids and like the safety. And I'll go into the comments and people will be like laughing or something like that. And I get so fired up. And all of a sudden I realize I've spent 30 minutes getting fired up about someone's comment that might not even be a real person in the comment section. I'm like, okay, you know you're out of alignment when you get pulled into cycles. And it's just that nowadays there's social media, so much stuff. It's like, guys, half the stuff isn't real. Half the stuff people put on there and comments and all of that, because it's just bait, because it's trying to pull you in. Okay. So like, that's just a little tidbit for that. But this is like, if you're going into the new energy of your heart space, what is the thing? What are the things? And that's November energy too. What has November brought to the surface for us to be able to identify? And the Four of Fire, you know what? It's come up. The Four of Fire is the Four of Wands. And like lots of times that can be like where a bunch of people gather for a celebration. And I mean, we just had Thanksgiving. And we're going into, well, American Thanksgiving, and we're going into the Christmas season. And all of a sudden there's going to be, staff parties, and there's going to be little gatherings. And generally speaking, there's more alcohol there than you think. And like, I feel like there's this card and then there's these cards, and usually the Four of Fire is really good, so like you can go into a celebration and really take part in seeing people. But the Tower to me indicates that there's a crumbling of how this all used to be intertwined. So like, you guys, I really want you to draw attention to the way that you guys interact in functions, in gatherings at this time of year. What comes up for you as your thing? Are you drinking too much, way more than you normally would because you feel uncomfortable and you want to numb the feelings of uncomfortableness in giant gatherings? Or are you maybe doing the opposite? Are you hermiting too much? Are you pulling yourself away, and so that you're not putting yourself out there at all to be collectively in, whatever it is, when we're in social situations, whatever the temptation is, whatever's bringing you out of alignment is going to crumble. This is part of the old, talk about it happening at the end of the year, the wrap up of 2024, all the things that came to the surface in November. You guys, December's a huge month of surfacing, emotional release. It is going to be a very emotional month. And most of us are sick because we're ascending, like moving into new timelines. We get massive ascension symptoms. I talked about this in another video where our physical body takes longer to catch up, and that's kind of what's happening. And so we're doing a little cellular shakedown, right? So I feel like the Tower card is really the crumbling and the breakdown of all the old things that is going to surface when we're in these gatherings, and all of a sudden everything comes to the table, right? And what's the temptation? What's the Devil card for you? What is the thing that you're like, yeah, not this time. It's not happening this time. Okay, that's really interesting. I like that. Let's get some I was going to actually pull the Oracle first and then go into the Tarot, but it looks like this isn't a subtle comment either. And this is all about, this all transpiring is so that 2025, we can move into our heart space, because this is the new timeline. This is the new consciousness timeline that we're all moving into. But it's not like we just go into the timeline and we're like, okay, that's it. It's not a linear thing, right? As we're moving in this, we're going, but in and out and in and out. And the Four of Fire, Four of Wands, the celebrations that's happening this month is going to bring up all this stuff in order for it to like crumble down. And so that we can then swiftly and with more ease and understanding move into our heart space, which is the new timeline, which is the new higher level consciousness. It's through our hearts, right? Okay, Wisdom of Oracle. Any more information? Okay, no place like home. Oof, come home to yourself. I love that. What a beautiful, beautiful card to have. In this whole energy, even if your house, like you have a bunch of guests, maybe you're hosting and or there's like, your house, your home is your retreat right now. So create the environment in your home that you want. Like for me, it's interesting because currently I'm living in a city that I don't love. I love people that are here. That's for sure. But the actual city, it's just too cold. It was like -50 last week, Celsius. I'm in Canada. Guys, that's like you can't start cars. It's so cold. Anyway, I digress. No place at home. What I've done, because I know that my exterior environment outside doesn't necessarily coincide with my energy, I've created inside my home to reflect back to me what I need. So there's warmth. I have a ton of fire, crystals, plants, tons of plants. Crank up the heat. And I have to create my home to reflect to me the energy that what I want to maintain. So while all this is happening, create a safe place for you, somewhere to come home to, even if it's not a home and you're somewhere else going through all this. What is the place that you can create that is your internal home? It might actually have to just be a place within you. So like you go into meditation and you walk down through the forest and you find that beautiful log cabin and you walk in your mind's eye and you throw some pieces of wood on the fire as it roars. You walk upstairs, have a bath while there's like windows open and you can see all through the forest. Like if that's your place, or on your beach or on your boat or wherever your happy place is. It's going to be important to retreat to a place that brings you home, that brings you into the mental state to be able to take care of your heart. Okay, this is really important because if you can't actually do your whole home like that, then maybe a place within your home, maybe a room, or even like an altar or your place where it's just your place, where you light your candles or incense, or you pull your cards, maybe your bathtub. Okay, your sanctuary. Okay, and then time for a nap. Yeah, so 24. There's a little fox here. Oh my gosh. You guys, remember to take time to rest. This season's going to be pretty big. So no place like that. Go to that sanctuary and rest. This is going to be really big. This is happening. This is happening. Either it's already happened and then you need to retreat after, or it's transpiring in the moment. But remember, these are the things. These are the things to help you get through. Rest is such an underrated thing, you guys. It's come up in a lot of my readings too, that, where it kind of seems like, it's counterintuitive when you have no time in your day and you're always like so rushed to actually like rest. You feel like it's counterintuitive. It's not. That's, like I said, it's kind of funny when you think about, oh, I want to grow, but you only grow when you sleep. And you think like, how can I just grow when I sleep? Because your body needs the rest in order to do all the things, right? Resting is so important in this time right now for the ascension, for your own growth, for your heart space, for the transmutation of all the energy heading through here. Okay, coming home to oneself and resting, allowing yourself to transmute all the energy, the incoming energy, so that you can grow into the space of that higher frequency and keep going. Rest is important. I keep looking at 24 and thinking Christmas Eve. And if you don't celebrate Christmas, it's the day before people celebrate Christmas. The end of December. That's significant. Okay, that's like the heart of all the things. So allow yourself to enjoy it by slowing down, taking a pace. And I love Treasure Island, number 9. Number 9 is such a beautiful number too. It's like getting to the end. It's like wrapping everything up. And Treasure Island is like, that's where all the good things come. There's hearts and stars, and you're getting to the, like, your island. Your, like, Treasure Island's such an actual personal loving card for me because it indicates Vancouver Island for me. And that's like where I want to go. This is where I want to end up. And so for me, I've like made it a personal thing, but the card itself is like the happy place. That, which is like no place like home, but also it's like you do all the things and you go through all this stuff. There's that gold waiting at the end of the rainbow kind of thing. That's like you made it kind of feeling that I get. Okay. I want to see if the sacred forest has any specific. I'm tuning into someone's energy, or like an energy here. I feel like now, I rarely actually talk about relationships, to be honest, because I think that we put far too much energy into romantic relationships to bring us happiness. And it's like the universal consciousness is about like bringing ourselves into wholeness. But this is about relationship. This is about like a love. And it being like, this is obviously specific for someone because it has nothing to do with the damn cards, Kate. So this is the message. It's like, sometimes you have to release them in order to, like, what's that typical, that old saying? It's like, you have to release it, and if it returns, it's yours, and if it doesn't, it never was, or something stupid like that. But like, that's kind of how it feels, is like release the attachment, those strong things that we're holding on to, either the idea of a relationship, the idea of someone, or like what the relationship was, and allow those old foundations to break down. Take some time for you. And if the relationship's meant to be, it'll come back in a new form. And if it's not, you have this. This is you. This is you. And that, so then you'll maintain a resonance in order to bring in a love that is in alignment with you. But like the temptation to keep going back and to like almost like trying to hold on to something that is made in the old foundation that needs to crumble, you got to let it go. You got to let it go. And like take time for you. And then what comes out at the end is far greater than what you can imagine this being in the first place. Passage. Okay, so you're going into like a really big, maybe the new year brings in a really big upgrade. This is like a quantum level leap. This is what I'm, you know what, this always, obviously because of the stones, but it gives Outlander vibes. If you've never seen Outlander, I just loved the first 4 seasons, but then after that it was all the same. But anyway, I feel like this is where you go in and you're walking through a new timeline into a much greater environment, or I want to say download, I want to say upgrade, I want to say portal to energy. Like, you guys, there's so much coming to this is involved with the Treasure Island. This has to be done first, okay? Because to reside into the heart space is where this happens. But it's like, once this is done and you take the time for you, the Treasure Island is this massive understanding, up-leveling energy of ascension in a great way, whether it's a very big spiritual experience or whether it is a life-changing event. It's big though. This comes with a really big energy to it in a really outstanding way. But this has to happen in order to make space for this. So it's like, you got to do it, recover, and then come into it, because this is what holds this. Okay. Do we need another one? No, we don't need another one for that. I was just going to pick Animal Oracle, The Spirit of the Animal by Colette Baron Reid, but I'm actually going to go into my Sacred Symbols Oracle because it's so straightforward. Okay, any symbolisms that we need to see? This is a timeless reading as well, so this isn't just for the month of December, because that seems to be all I'm saying, but it's not, because whenever you find this, understand that clearly this is what's happening with you, and so to trust that, okay? All right, what else we got here? Spirit, bring me through the symbol that you wanted, our beautiful guests that are taking this information in to see. Oh, I had like this, like, oh, soulmate. I knew I was feeling love. And okay, but here's the thing. Soulmate might not just be like someone, like a romantic love. Like soulmate could be like you guys, one of my soulmates is my cat, Shadow. It's this black cat that came into my life, and like he's a soulmate of mine. We made deep soul connection and arrangements, and when he came into my life, it's been like crazy. So understanding that soulmates are all different, but I feel like this soulmate thing is all connected to now, and I really feel, brutal truth, that this soulmate isn't connected to the one that is involved in this. Yes, they might come around. You might get to your treasure island, have this whole awakening, and that person might come around too. But I kind of feel like this soulmate energy, this love energy, is coming after all this transpires. So if you're asking about having, a life-changing relationship come in, a soulmate of sort, it is coming, my friend. If you're like, no, I've been married for 37 years and I have my soulmate, this is something else. Something else. Could be a pet. Pets always come up for me. Could be something that somebody is doing to transpire to come up with a creative idea to move you out, help you write your book, help you with a publishing deal, soulmate. It could be a grandchild. Ooh, they're giving me this really beautiful vision of, like, we don't all want to pick favorites, right? But I'm not saying the soulmate of a grandchild you have to like declare as your favorite, because, you love them all differently. But I feel like this might be for someone where they know that grandchild was born in a different soul alignment, different soul connection. And you guys are like, you go way back, and they're here to teach you. Is there another symbol that Spirit wants me to, whoop? This one fell on the ground as soon as I tried to grab it, which means no. That's really funny. Not for you. Truth. That one pops out. That's always a validator. If I'm talking out loud and I'm kind of whatever, and then the truth card pops out, it means like, yeah, that's okay. And then it came out with time, which is sacred timing. It's like, this is so beautiful. This is so beautiful because the timing is something that's like so important, right? So I'm going to put the truth here. And the timing is something that is significant because it's all happening in divine timing. And if we trust the beautiful timing of things, then everything that needs to transpire in authentic ways is meant to be then, right? Is like, we don't rush it. We surrender to it, and we use the algorithm of life. The algorithm of life, we do what we do to, like, that actually lights us up. Do what lights us up to the very best of our ability with no expectations attached. Okay? Great. I love it. Okay, I am going to pick an animal because there's always animals that are hanging out with me. But, okay, what animal spirit do we need to see today for this reading? What animal do we need to see? Any animal spirits for us today? Okay. Let's see. Okay, so the first one is the Rhino Spirit, which is number 50. Have we had another 50? 25, 40, 49, 41, no 50. Okay, Rhino Spirit. Overcome any obstacles. Okay, I want to just look at the synchronicities here because you see the swirling. That swirl is so significant. There's a synchronicity there that is a validator, that swirl. There. Okay, so that's for somebody. We've got this beautiful mandala in the background. And then all of these gorgeous, beautiful pink flowers. There's roses, there's wildflowers. Rhino Spirit, overcome any obstacles. Okay, so there's a bunch of validators in this card for somebody. Even the number 50, which can be reduced down to 5, which is change. Okay, so this is right smack, guys. This is what it is. This is literally the whole thing. Because to get into our heart space, we go through this obstacle. We rest and recuperate. We go through the passage. We receive the gifts that are ours. We're in our soul's alignment because, we've made it. Okay, one more. $66. White Raven Spirit. Trust in the magic. Overcome any obstacles and trust in the magic. That's this side. That's this. And it's all happening in divine timing. It's happening. Okay? The truth is it's happening. And so it's how do you want to maneuver through these 3 cards, overcoming these obstacles in what's to come here, or what has already come. If you could definitely know if it happened over Thanksgiving, but if this has happened or if you're in the middle. And the way that you can really overcome them in these synchronicities is go into observer mode. Watch it as it plays out. Allow the tower to let go. The resistance is you holding on so tight. And then rest. Come home to yourself. Rest and allow yourself to receive this huge upcoming download, soul experience, life-changing experience. Okay? All in due time, true soulmate. It's all happening. Okay? So I would love for you guys, okay, if you're still here, thank you. But how are we going to lock this in? How are we going to truly claim this? First of all, say, I claim this reading. And then drop in the comments. What are we going to drop? I love the fox. The fox is and then the moon, because that indicates the rest after. A cup, a chalice, a cup. Okay, heart, any hearts for the soulmate, bird, any kind of island, treasure, gold. I love anything that kind of comes up for you with the portal. There's the swirly, there's that swirly emoji that's significant, I know, for someone. Okay, feathers, cups. What you see, what has stuck out, claim it in the comment section and let us know. Please let us know. Let's talk about this, because this is a big message. And I know some of you are sitting there thinking, holy smokes, that reading was for me. Because when I tune into this, I tune into your guys' energy. So with whom, when you guys are watching, I'm reading for you. That's how it works. So this is really cool. Take it. I hope it resonates. If it doesn't, leave it for someone else. Come back next week. Okay, I'll see you guys on Thursday for a Thoughtful Thursday and a new channel to come through from Spirit. Thanks so much for tuning in. Hey, and if you guys are looking for a reading from me, I do one-on-one readings, except I do them face-to-face. I don't use cards. We do face, and I just channel and do mediumship readings. You can go on to lisarichmond.ca. I'm Canadian, so it's .ca, and that's my website. Just click on the email, send it follow the prompts, essentially. And then I give you a time to book, and then we go from there. Okay? Or if you are a fellow member of Avalon Spirit. It's another company that I work for. You can go to avalonspirit.com. I'm under Journey Guides and Experiences. You can look down there. There I am, and you can book online there as well. Love you all. Sending you so much love, and I will see you next week. Mwah.